The way that I read cards is I'm going to have you spread the cards out and pick 4 cards on a certain topic. It could be like, how can I best overcome? It's not negative. Sometimes it's like what to be aware of. And then what we can do is we can do like a card or maybe a few cards off of that as to how to best approach that if a negative thing comes up.
Why not jump in and think about love life?
That's just the disappointment. That's what that could, and it's still some hope there. So that's the 5. We'll start this way. That's the 5 of Cups, and that's in the Pentacle pile. So that's having to do with really probably being burnt out or actually really disappointed. But that it seems like this is the bottom of it. There's still 2 cups standing. So it's 2 cups standing on the 5 of Cups in the Pentacle placement is really saying that you are, that there is hope. She's in her garden there, and that really means that, you know, you can hang out in your garden or that you got your home together, and there's something about that safety that feels really secure. So for some of that, if some of the actual like bottoming out stuff comes up emotionally, and it seems like it's hitting your body, it's hitting you on a physical level, just go into your garden. What I'm going to do is look at the whole pile, and there's 2 major arcana. So, and that's the Empress. One is the Empress, and that's in the cup placement, and one of them is the Hangman, which is in the sword. So that has to do with your thoughts, and that everything is being turned upside down right now. So that's actually, from what I understand, is probably a good thing right now. And that you're in a place right now of this, like, kind of like you're ready to come up again. And so it's about changing thoughts or knowing that maybe that thought wouldn't have crossed your mind a month ago. My intuition's just coming in that it's more about being creative than about your spiritual practice, and that's a little bit, either it's been on hold since when, well, for this reading it's on hold, and it's just bringing about an awareness that you're just kind of looking at that as a surface thing of how much you are or aren't creative. And then it also looks like that over here is the 7 of Pentacles, and that's then in the cups or the emotional or the water placement. And he's just waiting around for things to grow. And so if we loop this back to your love life, it's still like you're still waiting to have things happen. And what's requiring here right now is patience. Really get comfortable with that emotional place, and that you do have comfort, or that there's some sort of like, you know, safe zone to go in, and that does take action from the Emperor. That's where the thoughts get clear, and they're not controlled by your emotions.
That's lovely.
So that's good. And you know what? Because it hasn't happened yet, you have the opportunity of using your abilities. And you know what? We can just have one more card on that to kind of change. So it's the 4 of Wands. So that's, again, you know, like, look at those guys. They're just really happy in their home. And that's, I would say that the way those ideas are going to come is, again, it's through your creativity and your spiritual practice. And you get at home and you start doing all those projects that you haven't been doing. Because now you can, you know, push aside all of that other stuff that you've been going through, the emotional stuff. And that's where the ideas are going to come, is in that process. It's like I really had no idea that was that practice of creativity. It's almost like you can keep it as a ritual was so important to you.